All right, I guess
Through the
so.
chair, yes, I believe so.
Okay. All right, we will get going. Before we start, please be advised that the Committee of Adjustment hearings are recorded, and a copy of this recording will be posted to the city's website and YouTube channel. Those in attendance may be included in this footage. By attending this meeting, you are agreeing to be part of this recording. Okay. All right. We can get going. Before we start, does anyone have any items they would like to discuss regarding the procedural orders? Seeing none, my motion, Miriam,
I'll move it.
Danielle. All right, Danielle will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0, or sorry, 4-0. Okay, on to the first item of the agenda. First item is submission number A26051, notice of public hearing under section 45 of the Planning Act, also 1990. The address is 3475 to 3505 Colonel Talbot Road. The applicant is 2219008 Ontario Limited. The purpose is to permit 2 apartment buildings. Variance requested are 1, to permit a front yard setback of 3.4 meters to the apartment buildings, where 7 meters is the minimum front yard setback required. 2, to permit a maximum height of 25 meters for the apartment buildings, where 17.5 meters is the maximum height permitted. 3, to permit a maximum density of 92 units per hectare, whereas 83 units per hectare is the maximum permitted. And 4, to permit balcony encroachment of 1 meter, whereas 1.5 meters is required, 1.5 meters required with no projection, no closer than 3 meters to the lot line. All right. Who is our agent for this one? Is it Carlos? Carlos is
Hi.
the viewer. See that, or Alan, Scott? Oh, hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. Okay.
Uh,
We do have a number of members of the public here, so I'm going to ask for a presentation on that. This is Matt's.
Through the chair, thank you. The following deferred application is a minor variance for 3475 to 3505 Colonel Talbot Road, where the applicant is requesting to permit 2 apartment buildings. With respect to variance number 1, the reduced setback brings the building closer to the street to establish a more prominent street edge. The requested reduction is not anticipated to negatively impact site function and ample space for landscaping or other noise mitigation measures to be implemented between the apartment buildings and Colonel Talbot Road. This continues to be provided. The setback also ensures that there are no encroachments into the public right-of-way. Given this, planning and development staff are of the opinion the requested variance number 1 is minor in nature and desirable for the development and use of the lands. With respect to variance 2, planning and development staff are of the opinion that the lands are suitable for residential intensification. However, an apartment building height of 25 meters will facilitate a development that is not compatible within the existing planned context of the area. While the building height will primarily be oriented along Colonel Talbot Road, the additional height has potential to negatively impact adjacent properties through massing, shadowing, or loss of privacy. Furthermore, the requested height would facilitate 2 7-story apartment buildings, which exceeds the maximum height permissions of both the SWAP and the London Plan. Also, while numerically an increase from 17.5 meters to 25.25 meters may appear insignificant, when considering the previous minor variance approvals, the following would facilitate a further increase from the original 13 meters permitted and an increase from 4 stories to 7 stories. On this basis, staff are of the opinion that the requested variance is not minor in nature and is not appropriate for the development and use of the lands. With respect to variance 3, the proposed increased maximum density of 92 units per hectare, whereas 83 units per hectare is the maximum permitted, is not minor in nature and greatly exceeds that which was originally established through the existing R8-4 zone and previous variance approval. Planning and development staff recognize that the subject lands are suitable for residential intensification, as evident through the previous planning approvals. However, we are also of the opinion that the density is too intense for the subject lands and may have negative impacts on the overall site quality, including landscaping, amenity space, building height, and how the buildings are designed in relation to surrounding uses. We also have concerns with the potential broader policy considerations regarding the requested density increase and are of the opinion that the additional density is not minor in nature and represents an over-intensification of the subject lands. Further, engineering staff have advised that they cannot support the application as the proposed increase in unit count would exceed the total maximum population allocated to this property. Specifically, there are capacity constraints at the Oxford wastewater treatment plant, and as such, no additional flows can be accommodated until the required updates are completed, which is scheduled for completion in 2029. On this basis, planning and development staff are of the opinion that the variance is not minor in nature and not appropriate for the development and use of the lands. Finally, with respect to variance number 4, Section 4.27 of the zoning bylaw permits a maximum balcony projection on apartment buildings of 1.5 meters, provided the projection is no closer than 3 meters to the lot line. The intent is to ensure that projections into yards do not negatively impact the privacy and enjoyment of adjacent properties or extend into adjacent properties or the municipal right-of-way. The proposed balconies projecting of 1 meter to the front lot line maintains the current building design fronting onto Colonel Talbot Road and is resulting from the reduced front yard setback. Staff therefore do not anticipate the projecting resulting in any privacy impacts, nor will it result into encroachments into the municipal right-of-way. Rather, balconies will provide residents with a street-oriented outdoor amenity space. On this basis, planning and development staff are of the opinion that the requested variance number 4 is minor in nature and appropriate for the use and development of the lands. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Jennifer. We've seen you before. I assume you've had a chance to read the report from the city. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, we've read it. I just wanted to confirm that the community's been provided with the additional materials. It should be an isometric drawing and some perspective plans and shadow studies. So those were prepared in response to some of the questions that committee had from the last meeting.
Right.
So I won't go over everything I went over last presentation, especially with members of the public here. I don't want to use up all their lunch breaks, but I did just want to quickly go through those materials. If you look at the isometric, which is the 3D sort of site plan, from there you can see that the proposed 7th floor is very limited in area. It doesn't take up the whole floor plate of the building. And just as a reminder, it is for indoor amenity space. So there's not going to be any residential units in that additional floor. It's just limited to indoor amenity space. And then if you look at the perspective plan, so the first page is a site plan and it has like a black line which shows the view. And then if you flip to the subsequent pages, it shows which view you're looking at. In all of the perspectives, you can't see that additional height, that 7th story, from the surrounding residential dwellings. And in some cases, you can't see the additional height beyond 4 stories at all, just because of intervening townhouse dwellings, which will be constructed as part of the overall development. And then if you look at the shadow plans, there isn't going to be any impact on properties beyond that block in spring, summer, or fall, and extremely limited in the winter. And I did want to bring to committee's attention as well that since our last meeting, City Council did approve that consolidation of the Southwest Area Plan into the London Plan. So now it is going through the appeal period, but once that's in force and effect, the permitted height here will be 6 stories in the official plan. So I'm available to answer any questions, and we appreciate your time. If you have any questions in particular too about the perspective drawings, if you haven't seen anything like that before, I can help you kind of understand what information it's trying to show.
Right.
So thank you for your time.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, we do have a number of people from the public that are here to speak to this. 9, I believe, were registered, so we'll get that going.
Can I have a clarification from Jennifer?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm looking at the shadowing report. The other question I have is, are those condominiums or townhouses currently built, or is that going to be built by this applicant?
They are not built, but they are proposed to be built as part of this overall development by the applicant.
So this whole plan is the one applicant, correct?
Yeah, it's a comprehensive block plan. Yes.
So actually the majority of people that are speaking today are in the block past that, right?
Yes, and I believe that they'll provide their addresses, but from the last meeting, yes, they're in the existing surrounding dwellings outside of this block.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Just
Okay.
going through the shadowing.
Okay, great. All right. Can I get a motion to open the public portion? Miriam, Cheryl, all in favor? That motion passes 5-0. Okay, we did have a member that is in committee room, so we might as well start there, I guess.
Yeah.
Just before we get started, since we do have a number of people here to speak to this, we will limit you to 5 minutes. We won't cut you off or anything, but please be mindful of the time. And if someone has said exactly what you want to say, it's perfectly okay to say that you agree with everything they said, as opposed to repeating everything over and over and over again. All right.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Lino Joseph. I am 7122 Silver Creek Circle is my address, and the building is coming just behind my home. And when I purchased this home, it was told it's a creek and privacy, and I paid premium of $80,000 for only for that premium lot. So this 25-meter building is coming just behind my home, and I bought home for only 3 years, and it's actually this is the only reason why I bought my home for 1.3 million. So that is my personal concern regarding this building coming up. And further, I already mentioned my complaints and my concerns to Mr. Matt Litvin. So my personal concern is that much, and the height it's coming, it's I think 25 meters, I think. So that is, I don't know it's permittable or not. I think the variant is given, the requested is beyond the limit, I think. So that is also a hindrance for me, that I lose my my views, and my home is bought for that much money, and it's only 3 years, and the home value will go down again. So it is my concern by paying this much money and only 3 years extra premium. They took extra premium of $80,000 for only for that, and the building is coming up and it's blocking my views.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Sandra, who do we have next?
Through the chair, I have Mike.
All right. Hi, Mike, how are you? You can unmute yourself now. The little microphone at the lower left of the screen. All right. Maybe he's having a little bit of trouble. Sandra, maybe we'll move on to the next person, and maybe we'll come
Oh,
back.
can you hear me now?
Oh,
sorry about
there
that.
we are.
Sorry. Mike 7006. My call 7006 Clayton Walk. And my concern is mostly procedural. The concern I have is the stacking of minor variants. My understanding is that there's no limit to the minor variants, and it concerns me that this is becoming a loophole for some of the applicants so that they can get one through, then another, and then another. The other concern is that, as previously mentioned, people buy their houses based on a certain plan. And if that plan can't be trusted, it seems like a bit of a tactic to sell the premium properties, get the money out, and then basically sell those properties based on one part of a low density plan, and then have the property be filled in with high density, a concern there. So mostly procedural that should be addressed in not the minor variant form, in my opinion. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, Sandra, who's next?
Through the chair, I have Jason.
Okay, Jason Felker.
Hello, thank you. Jason at 6998 Clayton Walk. I spoke previously about the concerns with the height of the building. I would just ask the chair to uphold the current zoning there. And then with respect to this, it being adopted from the Southwest to the London plan, I would just ask that that process plays out, the appeal process, and the committee not get ahead of that. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, Sandra, who's next?
Through the chair, I have, I'm going to pronounce this terribly, Chow.
Yeah, yes, that's me.
Okay.
So good afternoon, chairs and members of the community. Again, my name is Chao Zhang. I live directly northwest of the subject property at 7128 Silver Creek Circle. So I'm here to request the committee to support the city planner's formal recommendation and refuse the requested height and density variation for this application. And first of all, at last hearing, based on the official minutes, all my neighbors stand completely united against the proposal. And second point is this application, the application is fundamentally filed into the legal test of being minor and section 45(1) of Planning Act. The developer is using the piecemeal incremental strategy to bypass city council. The original baseline zoning on this land was 13 meters before 2024. So in 2024, they pushed it to 17.5 meters. Now they are demanding 25 meters. So nobody knows, maybe in a few years, they will push it to 30 meters. So this from the baseline of 3-story before 2024 to current 7-story complex is a massive 133% increase. So variance of this magnitude is not minor at all. Transformation of this scale belongs to the in front of city council as a comprehensive zoning by law amendment, not a minor variance committee. So point 3, the physical matching of this proposed 7-story building will directly harm the adjacent residential area, because this building with 25 meters tall will entirely clear the localized tree canopy. So we will lose our privacy, the backyard and the swimming pools, and stripping away the outdoor privacy of our families. So the last point is, finally, I urge the community to align with the city's own professional staff. Both the planning, development, and the engineering department have stated they cannot support this over-intensification. The Oxford wastewater treatment plant is physically maxed out and cannot support this expansion. So pushing this density through right now sets a dangerous precedent and ignores critical infrastructure reality. So the conclusion, the city planning staff got this right, and our community is asking you to uphold the ruling. Those wirings are not minor and are not also not desirable for the neighborhood. So it should be refused. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Sandra, who's next?
Through the chair, I have Justin.
Hi, Justin. You can unmute yourself now. Oh,
I
there we go.
actually provided a comment already, so I'm just here to observe. And
Okay. Yeah, we did get a number of written correspondence. So, okay, great.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, Sandra, is that everyone?
Through the chair, I just want to take a quick check to see if Jana is in the committee room.
Hi, Sandra. There's no further members of the public in the committee room for any of the files going forward.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Then I have Jennifer.
Okay, great. Hi, Jennifer. You can unmute yourself now.
Hello. Yeah, I'm also not here to speak, mostly observe, but I do agree with all the reasons that have been forward to not allow this building to get higher.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, is that everyone?
Through the chair, that's all the members of the public that I have listed at this point. If I've missed anyone, please unmute and speak.
All right.
I'll
See
move.
anybody?
Closing.
All right, Cheryl will move the close. Jeff will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. Okay. All right, Jennifer, is there anything that was said by the public you'd want to respond to?
Hello, everyone. First, just start off with thanking everybody for coming. I know that when there's a change proposed in your neighborhood, it can be a little alarming. I'm not sure if everyone from the public was able to see the updated materials, if that was part of the public notice. I hope it was. I would share my screen now to show it to you if I were able to, but my understanding is I can't. But if you were provided with the perspective drawings and the isometric, which is a 3D site plan, you'll see that the proposed increase in height for the 7th story is very limited. It's oriented towards the front of the building, so furthest away from the majority of your residences. I was looking on Google Maps as you were telling your addresses to see where everybody is. And it's oriented towards Colonel Talbot, so it's farthest from the dwellings. I hope that provides a little bit of comfort that were this to be approved today, it's not like a huge 7-story building. It would be the 6, which is in a couple days will be permitted in the London plan. So that amendment, the official plan amendment, was, I believe, approved on the 21st of July, and staff can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a 20-day appeal period. So we're, you know, I believe, sorry, I wasn't sure if staff spoke there. I might have missed it there. But my understanding is it'll be enforced in effect shortly, which would permit the 6 stories. So the intent is that although it looks numerically like it's a big increase, it is only for a portion of the building. So I hope public can see that. Otherwise, here to answer any questions that may have arisen from committee in response to comments. And Carlos Ramirez is here as well, and he's representing the owners. So if there's any questions for the owner too about, you know, the particulars of the development timing and stuff like that, he's available as well.
Okay, great. Okay, with that we can go directly to committee. Daniela, you're up first.
Thank you. Through you to the applicant. The city's report mentions that engineering is not in support of this application, which I'm sure you're aware of. Can you comment on that and how that would affect this project if we were to approve it?
Yes, and I may rely on Carlos a little bit here because I know he's a little more involved in the detailed design aspect. But my understanding is that there is a strategy for sanitary that would facilitate servicing to this site, and that through site plan, which would follow, if this were to be approved, would follow this, that would be fleshed out more. But Carlos, if you might want to jump in with some of the additional details. I see he's still on mute.
Sorry, good afternoon, everybody. Just trying to unmute. Through you, Mr. Chair. Our engineers have already done a wholesome study of the area. We are developing a couple of subdivisions in the area, and we have identified that there is capacity. There is a strategy. I don't have the concrete details about it, but with the applications that I'm coming forward for the couple of the southwest areas that are owned by York Developments, we do have capacity.
Okay.
I have a follow-up question to staff. On the same topic, it indicates that, and this is, this engineering talk is over my head. So I'm hoping staff can address or answer the question, even if I don't really understand how to formulate the question. But it indicates in the report that there will not be approval until such time as the planned Oxford treatment plant upgrades are complete. How does that work in the real world?
Through the chair, I can begin, and Michael can probably give additional information on the actual wastewater, but basically they advise that they're recommending refusal of it at this time just because those changes are so far out. But if you were to approve it, we just wouldn't be allowing for amendment to their development agreement until that's been updated. So they would get held up at site plan approval if it was approved. And I'll let Michael explain the process going forward.
Thanks, Michaela. Through the chair. Yeah, everything she said there was correct. Essentially, for most all site plans going forward that are serviced by this Oxford wastewater treatment facility, we are putting these projects on hold due to the lack of capacity for these for this area. It's not just York developments of any kind, it's even down to small commercial developments. Yeah, so any ADA going forward, the wastewater treatment upgrades will need to be in place before we can actually grant approval for any upgrades or any more sewage going into this facility.
So that would hold up this project, even if we were to give it the okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Jeff, you're up next.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a question for staff because I'm a little bit confused. So on July 21st, Council approved the Southwest Area Secondary Plan, and I thought the appeal day was 20. So August the 10th is the 20th day. So this is now in effect, the Southwest Area Secondary Plan?
Through the chair, just to clarify, the 20 days is from the date the notice is issued, and the clerks do have, I think, up to 10 days to issue that notice. So it's based on the date they issued that. So the appeal period doesn't end till August 17th, which is this coming Monday. So by the Tuesday, we should hopefully know if any appeals were received.
Okay, thank you. And a follow-up question. So after the 17th, it's as of right that it can build to 6 stories. Is that correct?
Through the chair, 6 stories would be permitted because it would be the London plan, but because it's 7 stories, they would still need an official plan amendment in staff's opinion.
Okay, thank you very much. That answers my questions.
Okay, great. Cheryl, any questions?
Yeah, the 7th story through you to Carlos. Carlos or Jennifer, sorry. The 7th floor is actually the penthouse where you have heating and cooling, and is there an apartment up there too?
Through the chair to the vice chair. So you're correct that the city's zoning bylaw makes a distinction between different types of rooftop amenity. So outdoor rooftop amenity does not have any zoning restrictions, which is the majority of what's proposed. And mechanical penthouses are excluded. Where the difference is if you have rooftop indoor amenity, which a portion of this is, but there's no residential units up there. I see Carlos has his hand up as well, so I'll defer to him. But yeah, it's because there is indoor amenity space proposed.
If this was purely mechanical, it would not be included, but because it's not purely mechanical, it's okay. All right.
That's correct.
Okay,
Carlos?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, this is to confirm, we are not having any residential units up on the upper floor. Throughout the years, we have been learning that we need to provide more amenity space for the residents, and that's something that's kind of we're very proud of, and that we're pretty kind of standing out from our competitors. So we, for instance, we do like to have kind of a lounge area with a kitchenette. So it does take some space from what was before considered as an outdoor amenity. And the OBC requires or considers this an additional floor. So that's why we're coming back asking for this additional floor. But in reality, there's no residential units there. And I would say it would be 50 or less % of the floor plate of the building that's going to be occupied by this amenity and the mechanical enclosed space.
Is it, Carlos, is it kind of like a party room or an opportunity to have, family up there and do stuff? Is that what it's there for, or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, like we have several products out there. I mean, like it may be a party room, it may be some sort of a billiards room, a reading room, moving room. Several. I mean, like depends on how we cater the product.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like there's several options. But definitely there's going to be some sort of a party room with a kitchenette to throw some events for the residents there. And we can decide on other amenities as well.
Through you, Steve, to staff. My question is, were the number of apartments in this application, was that part of the report that was sent to the federal government to receive the money of building faster?
Through the chair, sorry, can you repeat the question so I can understand a bit better?
Okay, so the city has just been awarded a significant amount of money from the federal government because they had met their goal of the number of apartments and accommodations in the City of London. All I'm asking is the number of this application in that report that granted the city that money? Was it included?
Yeah, so through the chair, I don't know how the calculations were done per se. I think the policy team did that. But it wouldn't necessarily, I don't think it was done based on particular projects as much as just a target number, which I believe we recently just achieved based on permits that are being submitted. So I don't think because all these units are approved. I don't think all of them would have been considered in that number. But I don't know if that necessarily answers your question.
Well, yeah, so we don't know, right?
All right.
That's the answer. Yeah.
All right. Carlos has got his hand up again. Maybe he's got some clarification.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I believe they were included. We have a document that we signed to Britt O'Hagan, confirming the number of units and committing to moving this project as fast as we can. I think it was called at that point the Accelerator Fund, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So this report did go. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Okay, great. Miriam, any questions?
There's only one question that I have, and just for clarification purposes, that even if we approve this today, it won't be approved because of the wastewater situation before 2027. Is this what I'm to understand through the chair?
Maybe the engineering.
Yeah, engineering.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, that's correct through the chair.
Yeah.
This project would fall under an ADA, which we would then have to hold up until such a time as those upgrades are completed.
Okay. And the deadline for that, or the expected completion, is 2029?
The conservative deadline on those upgrades is late 2029. We are working to see if it can be completed faster than that.
Okay.
Okay.
So they would, just a clarification, they wouldn't be able to get a building permit until that time, correct?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Right.
Right.
So.
Well, I think also, sorry, Mr. Chair, for jumping in, but there also that the public that are in attendance, there is an appeal period, which they of course can't participate in. And once that appeal period is over. Now, if we turn this down, then you can bet that the applicant is going to go to the Toronto and they're going to win it, because that's the goal of Ontario. So I'm just saying that we're kind of in a situation that doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to work either way, right?
Yeah, well, that was actually what I was thinking from the get-go, was that even if we go this way, then the owner can appeal through OLP, Ontario Land Trust, OLT, sorry, and it takes it out of the hands of the city and puts it into the hands of the province. So is this the way we want to go? So anyway, that's enough for me. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Miriam. I appreciate it. You're muted, Steve.
I'm muted. Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't talking over anyone. Okay. With that said, does anyone else have any questions they would like to inject with? Daniela?
I have a question, and it's with regards to the appeal process. If we were to go against staff recommendation, could the city appeal? Likewise, could the city appeal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Through the chair, the city does have the appeal, or the ability to appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is significant amount of dollars with lawyers and etc. But nevertheless, process.
Yeah, the applicant, the minister, or a specified person or public body may file with the Secretary of Treasury an appeal against the decision of the London Committee of Adjustment. And one of those is the city. So, okay. If no one has any questions, can I get some sort of direction?
I'll move the application.
All
I'll
right,
second
Cheryl.
it.
Jeff will second. There's no further discussion. All in favor? Opposed? That motion passes 4-1. Okay, to the applicant, this permission is not final to the expiration of the statutory appeal period of 20 days from the date the decision has been signed. during which the applicant, the minister, or a specified person or public body may file with the Secretary Treasurer an appeal against the decision of the London Committee of Adjustment. With that, consider the matter to be closed. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And thanks to the public for coming out to speak about it.
And thanks for the presentation. Really appreciated that shading. That was a good one. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, it's nice that when we ask for something specific, they actually come back with it.
It is. True.
Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda is submission number A26063, notice of public hearing under section 45(1) of the Planning Act, also 1990. The address is 1915 Fanshawe Park Road West. The applicant is Peter Lovell. The purpose is to permit a parking area. Variances requested are to permit a parking area coverage of 32.2%, whereas 25% is the maximum permitted. Okay. Is the applicant here?
Through the chair, I believe he's in the committee.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
And
there
this
he
is-
is. Okay.
And this is
looking
my
around
wife,
at my screen.
Nicole.
Hello.
Perfect. Okay. I don't have any members of the public registered for this. Are there any here, Sandra? I don't believe so.
No.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
with that-
through the chair, there is not.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone require a presentation on this? Seeing none. Okay. Looks like Jeff had to skedaddle. He had a doctor's appointment, so it's just the four of us. Okay. To the applicant, I assume you've had a chance to read the report from the city. Is there anything you'd like to add? Nope.
Yeah, sorry, I'm missing.
There you go.
I can go? Okay, thanks.
Okay. We've read the letter that we received. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Well, the extended driveway area is existing. And one of the reasons we prepared this area was it suits my self-employed occupation. And as well, we have 3 young children who like to play, and we don't really have any infrastructure around our area. There's no sidewalks, there's no playgrounds. This area allows room for them to play, ride bikes, etc. Did you have anything?
No, just that, yeah, we're trying to accommodate. We have a young growing family and we want our kids to be outside, and unfortunately there's no way to get to the park, right? So especially this time of year, I'm sure you can appreciate that we want them to enjoy their backyard.
Okay, great. Since we don't have any members of the public, we can go directly to committee. Cheryl, any questions?
Okay. Sort of gone over my head here. What the application is to permit 32% instead of 25% of parking area coverage. So can you please tell me what is this a play area, a cement play area, or what is it? Because it's about parking and you're talking about the kids riding bikes. So can you tell me what it is?
You go ahead.
It's on. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it's not concrete. It's not asphalt. It's gravel.
It's 3/4 crushed gravel.
And yeah, it's like an extension of our driveway, I guess you would say. And it is where the kids would, they ride their scooters, their bikes, that sort of thing. Because otherwise the rest of the property is grass.
So they would ride it on gravel?
Yeah, it's like compacted, right? It's like
it's hard.
It's hard. It's a hard surface, although it's not like asphalt or concrete. It's packed down.
Is it similar to like a recycled asphalt type of scenario where it
Very
Yes,
similar.
yes.
Very similar.
Okay.
So how many employees do you have that park on that property?
How many cars are parked there?
It varies throughout my season, but anywhere from, I'm going to say 4 to 6 staff members.
So what is sorry, can I ask what you do?
I run a small landscaping business.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's fine. So that's fine. That's all. That was the answer that I needed at the beginning.
Mm,
Sorry.
okay.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Okay. Miriam, any questions?
What is was this called in or are you asking for the permit?
Do you want to answer?
It's an
Sure.
existing condition, correct? Like,
It's existing, correct. I'd like to build a storage shed for my children's toys and then my tractor. And in order to achieve the building permit for this storage shed, I have to fulfill this variance.
Thank you. That's actually a lot. That's the information we need. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm good, Mr. Chair.
okay. Daniela, any questions?
No, my questions have been asked and answered. Thank you.
Okay. My only question is to staff, and I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but when we're talking parking area, we're talking basically all the hard surfaces. We're talking the driveway, anything that would be
Yeah.
not open space, right?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Given the length of the lot and the length of the driveway and so on and so forth, I imagine it wouldn't be hard to meet that 25%. So, okay. All right. That said, any other questions?
I'll move it.
All right. Cheryl will move.
I'll move approval.
All right. We'll move approval. All right. Danielle will second. There's no further discussion. All in favor? That motion passes 4-0. Okay, to the applicant, this permission is not final until the expiration of the statutory appeal period of 20 days from the date the decision has been signed, during which the applicant, the minister, or a specified person or public body may file with the Secretary Treasurer and appeal against the decision of the London Committee of Adjustment. With that, we consider the matter to be closed. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, there was so many missing little pieces. What do you-
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was like, was this? Yeah, all good.
See, that's where a presentation would have cleared all that stuff up, I think. But all right. Okay. Next item on the agenda is submission number A26064. Notice of public hearing under section 45(1) of the Planning Act, also 1990. The address is 35 Adair Crescent. The purpose is to permit a semi-detached dwelling. Variances requested are 1 to permit severed land with a lot coverage of 41%, whereas 40% is the maximum permitted. Okay. Before we get started, to staff, I just have a question. Was this a case where the properties were just merged on title and we're separating them again?
Through the chair, that is correct.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Is the applicant here?
Through
there
the
it
chair,
is.
he's in the committee room.
All right. Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you very much. My name is Jeff Kenny. My company is Strategy for Development Consultants. We are located at 2620 Bristol Circle in Oakville, Ontario. Wanted to first say I will keep this brief so everybody can get on with their day. Through you, Mr. Chair, thank you very much to Planner Litwinchuk as well as the rest of municipal staff for their support of the matter. Thanks as well to the committee for your attention this afternoon. Through the chair to the committee, I was brought in following the severance of the lands by the previous owner when the current owner's structural engineer ran into some shortage of expertise in clearing conditions. So the severance that preceded this was carried out by the previous owner, and then the new owner obtained both lots, which caused it to merge on title, and we have since divided it again.
Mhm.
So I wanted to also advise the committee that the client current owner is preparing to make a submission of documents and fees to clear the conditions of consent B048-24. And provided this matter is approved by the committee, we'll be in a position to respond to all of the conditions as early as Monday of next week. Staff have done a wonderful job of characterizing the merits of the application in their report. I will be very, very brief with respect to the 4 tests. On the intent of the official plan, the neighborhood designation place type permits the semi-detached dwelling. The dwelling is also existing with no changes proposed to the built form or any of the subject lands, the grounds, etc. On the intent of the zoning, staff cover the intent of the zoning bylaw well in their report, with the intent being to the intent of limiting lot coverage, being to limit the extent of built form to allow for a balance of building, open space, and parking. And this variance is simply a result of the severance down the party wall line between the 2 units of the semi-detached dwelling. And that concludes my presentation. I will say that based upon the intent of the official plan and zoning bylaw being met, and in particular, as there is no physical work being proposed, this is appropriate development and minor in nature. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Great, thank you. Okay. No members of the public, so we can go committee. Miriam, any questions?
Mr. Chair, no, I think I'm good.
All right. Daniela?
No questions. Thank you.
All right. Cheryl?
No, I don't.
All right. Yeah, no, I don't have any questions either. We're just returning what used to be back to what it was. So with that, Miriam?
I'll move approval.
Okay. Miriam will move approval. Daniela will second. There's no further discussion. All in favor? And that motion passes 4-0. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got to say my spiel first.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to rush you.
Okay, to the applicant, this permission is not final until the expiration of the statutory appeal period of 20 days from the date the decision has been signed, during which the applicant, administrator, or a specified person or public body may file with the Secretary Treasurer an appeal against the decision of the Lund Committee of Adjustment. With that, consider the matter to be closed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the committee's time, and we appreciate the approval on behalf of ourselves and our client. I hope you have a good rest of your days.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done. Well done, committee. Well done.
Those were some hard ones today. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. But, okay, can I get a motion to close? Cheryl will move adjournment. Miriam will second. All in favor? That motion passes 4-0. We stand adjourned.
Thank you, guys.
Good weekend, everybody.
Yes, you too. You too, honey.